right, I'm excited today to have our next guest on our NAFter Hours series. We have somebody who actually shares a similar background as myself from the Northern California market, now up in the Northwest. Kim Thompson, serving our Marysville market community since I believe she mentioned to me 1995, but she can clarify if that was incorrect. And
Yeah.
coming up on 20 years in the mortgage business in Snohomish County up in Seattle market proper. And with that, Kim, I really have enjoyed our time together. You're always just a bubble of energy that I really get excited to talk with and to, and always providing good perspective. But, with that, I really just believe that for me, you came to NAF about 6 months ago, and I know that you're a growing team, and I'm wondering what really brought you to NAF. What was something that either you were excited about, or that when you got here, you really have gelled with as far as the just bubbly personality that you have.
The culture and the community, the support, um, like the product line as well. As a loan officer in these changing times, you're looking at what can you add to your tool belt that's going to help you help the most people, right? Whether it's down payment assistance for your first time home buyers, whether it's a reverse for purchase for your people who are downsizing, they're a little older and they're downsizing, helping your veteran buyers. So it was really about the culture of NAF, the community that we have here, and the product lines. That tool belt for me was really important.
No, that's really important that you bring that up, because you came from one of the top IMBs that are out there. New American's a newer name up in the Northwest, as well as Northern California for that matter. And so, with that, I think it's important for the audience to know, that we are a up and comer, and ultimately we have more product than most companies. And you spoke to culture. I think it's just something that you can't speak to until you're here, right? It's really hard.
Well, I think it's the can do attitude. Instead of somebody saying, we can't do that, we can't do that, it's like, let's look at what we have and what can we do. So I really liked that. And also, coming to New American Funding for me was a little bit about coming home because there were people within the organization that I knew back when I started in the mortgage industry that I really respected. And so it was very comfortable for me, almost like a homecoming.
Yeah, so 20 years, I mean, that's like, what, 80, 170 dog years here at, the mortgage business. Talk to me about what got you into the business.
It's kind of funny. I had worked for the federal government and my husband was in the service, and every time we got orders, I would just transfer my job. And after I had my second son, I decided to take some time off. And my last place that I was working was at Naval Station Everett. I was working for the Admiral there. So I took some time off. And when my boys were in school full time, a friend of mine who was a realtor said, Kim, you should come do real estate with me. And I thought if I looked at houses, I'd either want to change mine or move, and my husband would not have that. So she said, no, you should do the mortgage. You should do the mortgages. So she introduced me to a mortgage broker in 2005, and that's how I started. I just kind of jumped in. I'd already at that time I had bought my first house at 22, had built a
Wow.
house, had had a house here in Marysville, sold that one, bought our house in Lake Stevens. So I thought, I know a little bit about the loan process, and I used to push paper for the federal government. So I'm sure I can get through guidelines. And so that's kind of how my career started in 2005. So 20 years this year.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations. I'm happy that you're, survived, because for those of us that don't know, just a short 5 years ago, 80% of the loan officers in the business are no longer in the business. So Kim is the 20% that has survived, and I'm looking forward to her to continue to thrive in this business. Kim, now that you're here, obviously at New American Funding, is there anything that you would like to tell the audience as far as, when making a look, why New American Funding is the best place to be?
Well, I definitely already said the product line that we have, but the culture, the can-do culture, but then the community and the support. So, having a licensed loan officer assistant to help you so that you can help more families, having the culture of, coaching and support, to do that, because when you're a lone ranger and you're out there on the range alone, it can really get you down. And so being somewhere that you're having all of that positive, goodness coming into you can help to really shore you up. So I just say, don't do it alone.
I love it. No, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, from the coaching to your point to the different resources in every single department, it is a can-do attitude, which you mentioned earlier on this call. And I'm really blessed to be here. I'm happy to serve you, Kim, and actually very grateful as well too for your husband serving as well. With that, if you're looking up in the Snohomish County to make a move or just wanting to make sure you got a good plan B, I think the only thing constant in business today is change. And if you're looking to make a change, I think you should look Kim Thompson up and or myself, and we'll be happy to serve you. But with that, thank you so much, Kim, for spending time today, and looking forward to the Halloween coming up and spending time with getting a little bit dressed up and getting out there.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Craig.
All right. Well, have a wonderful and blessed week. Thank you for tuning in.